How's it going, guys? Welcome back. I am so excited for this race. This is a real life race, real life crit race, and it is the first of the season, first of the outdoor season for me, anyway. It's been one or two more in my area, but this is the first one of this season. So I am super excited. And I'll get into everything about the course and the race and everything like that. But first couple laps are kind of exciting. So I have a bunch of teammates in this race. I'll get into all that as well. But for now, what you need to know is I'll talk through the first couple laps because that's when things are sort of exciting for me. And yeah, so we kind of get into it right away. This is the category 4-5 race. This is my first race of the day. I end up doing two races today. I do the 4-5 and then also the 3-4. So we're getting started here kind of right away. So lap number one, I'm also running the 360 camera for this one. I can talk about the mount and everything later as well, but we got things happening in the race, so let's chat about that. So first lap, my teammate Zach kind of just takes off like right off the gun, and I kind of knew he was going to do this. He's kind of excitable, so he gets up the road a little bit, and you'll see him kind of entering this turn up here. Let me see if I can highlight him a little bit. There we go. So he's like up the road, one other rider. They don't have a massive gap or anything like that, but I'm not not really in the mood to chase my teammates, so I will kind of let him go. And kind of take it, sort of take it a little bit easy towards the like mid pack of this field for the first lap or two. By the way, so you will see my lap counter up in the upper right. It's like a lap behind, which is weird. I don't know about dashware and like I don't know the lap count. Like it should have switched to lap 2 on that time through the finish line, but it did not. So just know that we did 12 laps, not 11, and for some reason I'm like a lap behind. So I will reference the lap number on the screen, but you can still see Zach. He's up the road still. So he is up there. I am not really chasing at the moment, obviously, because I'm not chasing any teammates. But my idea, anyway, is if he was unable to get like a big gap on the field or to stay away and break away, was to go ahead and attack when and if he gets brought back. So yeah, we'll see. Kind of see how that works out. But in the meantime, I'm like kind of moving up through here. Like I'm kind of just sort of chilling. The first couple laps, I'm feeling pretty good. It seems to be that it's like relatively easy to move up. I kind of moved up through that backstretch there without too much trouble. And the field is kind of like, I guess, beginning of the race. They're sort of just sort of feeling everything out. It's still got a couple guys up the road, but everybody's sort of just sort of feeling everybody out, feeling the course out, because this is a brand new course for everybody. So this is while Zach is up the road, I can kind of chat a little bit about the course. It is the race. The race itself. The race itself is it's run by the QCW team. So you see the blue and red stripe kind of right in front of me, just on the left there. It is the QCW team's one of their races. They do a few of them, and they always do a really good job of putting on a good race with good courses. So although this is the first one here, which is at the Bordentown Fairgrounds, the course, we weren't worried. They do a good job of that. So this is they call it the QCW Country Fair, and it's at the Bordentown, New Jersey Fairgrounds. And we have this, I don't know. I mean, you can't really classify it as like a four corners or anything like that. I don't know. There's these like sweepy things through here. That corner we just passed was really the only sharp corner on the whole course. I have some thoughts about about that as we go along, but so that's really the only sharp corner on the course, or the only technical corner, and in theory the only one you probably need to brake through. The rest of them, like, you can pedal through. There's sort of like sweepy ones through this area, and then there's like a really nice long straightaway to finish off. So we are kind of going through. Oh, and the other thing about the course is that the pavement's really nice. Really no bumps or anything like that. In most cases, the sides are grass. So I guess the risk of going off the road isn't great, but spoiler alert, there is one section of the course where it is not grass, so we will get into that in a little bit. You can see me moving up a little bit here. This is, third lap technically, but we'll say lap number 2. I am sort of seeing that the field bunched up a little bit, so kind of give it just a couple of extra watts through that section. And I move up like, I don't know, 20 wheels or something like that. There's like 40 guys in the race, and I move up quite a lot. You can see that Zach is brought back, so he is in the orange and black jersey that was sitting third wheel, I guess, up there. So he has been brought back, and a couple other guys are kind of throwing in an attack here. I don't think that kind of sticks anywhere, but I am doing an okay job of sort of hanging out in the front of the peloton here, which I was excited about, actually, because I have a hard time staying in the front. I think it's just a mindset issue, but first part of this race I'm doing okay, feeling good. What do we got? Heart rate of 166. I mean, in the 160s, I think during a race is pretty good for me. Pretty comfortable. So at this point, I'm thinking, all right, guys have kind of attacked a couple times, brought back. So I'm thinking, the next little bit, it's probably a good time to go ahead and throw an attack in from me. So our team plan, and again, I'll get into the team in a second, but the team plan was to just sort of alternate some attacks, and see if we could sort of wear down the field a little bit. Doesn't really work out, but you see, I sort of feel that the field here is getting bunched up, so kind of go for it. And I feel pretty good, actually. So down the home straightaway here, I don't really think that I'm gonna get any sort of big gap or breakaway or anything like that. It's just me. I'm not obviously not going to solo off the front, but I do manage a few seconds up, kind of few seconds in front of the peloton, and I'm feeling all right, actually. Don't look all right. It's another thing with a 360 camera. You can like look at yourself in the face, and I don't. I look like I'm hurting a bit, but you can see the field kind of in the background. So I got a little gap, and I'm feeling pretty good, getting a little confident. And then sort of all of a sudden, like after this next turn, what is this, turn number 3, I guess, I am like smacked in the face with a headwind, sort of like right about here. I'm like, I just like die. I feel like I'm doing 500 watts. I'm doing 300, 250, something like that. And like, I'm just like not moving anywhere. 21 miles an hour, and I think we averaged like 25 for the race. So yeah, it was with a wide open course like this. There's not a whole lot of tree cover or anything like that. The wind and the headwind and everything really just hit you when you're out on your own. So is around about then where I realized, all right, I'm pretty sure that nobody's going off solo. And this rider jumps by me, and he jumps by and says like, jump on the wheel, and like by that point, like I was tired. So sorry to him. That would have been perfect though. So yeah, like if I could have stayed with him when he jumped by, that would have been probably best case scenario, because he actually ends up staying off the front for a number of laps. I don't remember how many, but he does stay off the front for a little while. So it would have been nice to have the energy to go up with him, but I did not have that energy at the time. So I kind of let the veal go by me, and use the next few laps to recover. And I've got some thoughts about that too. You see me, I've sort of drifted to the back of the field, and it's funny because at the time I was feeling pretty beat and pretty winded, and like my heart rate's actually not that high, which is interesting. So one of the things, and you see, kind of coasting through this corner here. I'm just sort of tail gunning in the back now. It's not the greatest course to tail gun with, and I will probably have more thoughts on that as we go. But the one thing, so in this course, or not this course, this race, so I had the 360 camera mounted to the front, and then the computer in like my back pocket, and I kind of like it because I can see that I don't see my power, but you can see like when I attack, I have a nice smooth power curve. My watt balance is pretty low through that section, but like the power is smooth, and through the rest of it is so surgy, like it's kind of crazy. My normalized power is like kind of ridiculous through that section. The what do they call it? The variability index, was like sky high for this race, and I think that's because after I attacked, I drifted all the way to the back, and I was just really, I thought that I can recover for a few laps and kind of get some energy back, and then maybe throw another attack in, something like that. It took a really long time for me to recover, and I really did not expect that. Like I really wanted it to be less time to recover, but it ends ends up being a long time. I think because of the the surginess and sort of the, what do they call it, the slinky, the slinky effect through all of the turns and things like that. So I actually probably would have been easier to recover on the front of the field, but I did not do that. So while I recover in these few laps through here, we can chat a little bit about the race, about the course, about the field. So again, this is the 4-5 field, and I think it's about 40 of us, about 40 riders in it, and it is, it's a little bit chilly. I actually have the arm and leg warmers on. I get cold easy, so that's what I'm comfortable with. So it's a little bit chilly in the morning, and it is windy, as I said. So through this section here, through the backstretch, it is sort of full on headwind. So if you're in the front, you're getting sort of smashed with that, and then the home stretch through the finishing straight is kind of like a tailwind. So that's kind of nice for the attack that I threw. But I mean it's hard through this section if you're not drafting. So, and it was I mean, I don't want to say surgy, because there were some attacks, and actually, if you could see in that corner there's a guy up the road. That's the rider that passed me, so he does stay away for a little while. So the field does pick it up at some points, but I think it's just that slinky effect in the back. I really should have just been further up, because my, what do they call it, the variability index was sort of just really high through here. I don't have the numbers exactly in front of me, but it was something like I normalized a lot. I think I normalized 240, something like that, but my average power was 205, something like that. So it was, I was not recovering very well, which was unfortunate, because I kind of, I did kind of want to be aggressive. I went into this race wanting to be much more aggressive, and didn't really happen. But it was definitely fun anyway. I was super excited for the race. It's the first first outdoor race of the season for me, like I said. And teammates, we got a bunch of teammates in this race, and a few that I've raced with before. So you see Sean on the left here, 115. I've raced with him. Zach, I mentioned earlier, he likes to ride off the front. He likes to attack. He is super strong. Race with him as well. And then Josh is in this race. So if you've seen any of the other videos, he is blue suede shoes. He's got the blue shoes, and he is doing an excellent job of just sort of being in the pack, and being kind of sort of the team, I would say team leader, if you will. So he's just kind of in there dictating things. So he does a really good job of that. And then we also have a bunch of new riders in this race. So I think we end up, what do we have, 6? I think we have 6 guys total in this race, which is a lot. But you might think, if you have 6 guys in a race of 40, you should just dominate the race, and nobody else should even have a chance. But really, I mean, we've never kind of really ridden together, if you will, and we're sort of just pretty new team. We're sort of just getting to know each other, and some of the guys are newer to racing, and yeah, I mean, just kind of getting into everything. So it's understandable, but obviously an experienced team, if you have a bunch of guys, it's easier to control a race, and sort of have a strategy and all that. But it's is what it is. So it's fun to race with some teammates, mainly because you can hang out afterwards and chat, and before, after and before, sort of chat about the race and just chat bikes in general, and it's just fun. So anyway, so you'll see my teammates jump in and out of the camera frame and everything. So you see Sean over here on the left, sort of hanging out in the back with me, going through the washing machine, getting tired, getting tired back here. But so the course itself, I talked a little bit, like the pavement's great. It's just sort of like fairgrounds, so it's like real open. But it's the first year that they've done this race on this course. So everybody's kind of in the same situation. So like nobody's ever really raced on this track or this course before. So we're all just getting to know it. The corners themselves were pretty flowy. So this last corner here was probably, for me anyway, was the most fun, because it's sort of a sweepy turn. You can pedal through it. It's it's really fun. See Sean almost taking out his teammate there, taking that turn a little wide. Sean, you should be watching out for your teammates. But that last turn was probably my favorite. And then we got the finishing stretch here. You can see everything sort of bunching a bit. I think that we've probably brought back the rider that was up the road. So we're really just sort of vying position until the last little bit. I think everybody that was going to attack kind of realized that like no single rider was getting away. So I'm really kind of kicking myself for not trying harder to jump on the wheel of the guy that went by me. But anyway, so the corner of interest is this one here, and you could take it at speed if you were alone. I mean, there was a lot of braking going into that corner, which was a little unfortunate because you end up like killing yourself and sprinting through here too, which is tricky. But it really wasn't terrible, just because the pavement was so nice. So you could take it pretty fast. I don't know if you could pedal through it. I think I do end up probably coasting through it on most laps. But I mean, when you were in the pack, it does narrow through that corner. So, it was, a little technical, I guess. And then this little, like, chicane through there was, I mean, it was what it was. You had to watch out for it. But, like I said, most of the sides of the roads are grass. So, it really wasn't a big deal if you went, or if you cut that chicane a little bit. So all right, we're coming up with 2 laps to go, and the field is together. Like, we're all just sort of hanging out. I am feeling fine. What do we got? Heart rate 162. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I do think that I'm a little far back in the pack, and that I should probably start to think about moving up. And I kind of am aware of that. I think I did have a plan of trying to move up. I don't quite know if it works out, so we'll get into that once it comes to the last lap. But for now, Yeah, we'll kind of pick up with the race situation. It's a full pack. You see a couple of the QCW guys, and I do have to shout out the QCW guys. So they, so I think it was Ryan, Joel, and then Luis. They do a really good job of communication during the race. I hear Ryan quite a bit. I think it's Ryan anyway. Sorry if I get like the names wrong, but yeah, I hear him quite a bit, kind of yelling, Luis, you got to move up, and things like that. So yeah, I mean, he does a really good job, or they all do a really good job of communicating during the race, and I think that's something that obviously you just kind of learn as you ride together more. You see, we got three teammates here, so in the orange and white kit here, and like I guess we should be probably shouting at each other and saying move up, left side, right, some things like that. So, but it's definitely something that we can work on as we ride together. Like I said, like I've never ridden with 3 or 4 of these guys before, so it's hard. So it's the first time that certainly the first time that we've ever raced together. But also, I met them 45 minutes ago, so it's hard to have too much of a rapport with these guys when we've never raced together. So, all right. We are coming up to the last lap, and this is kind of where things start to happen. So, all right, I am well aware that I am not in a good position, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to move up. Like that's what I need to do. And obviously in the straightaway, like I was in a really bad position going into that straightaway. And I think, all right, like to bunch up going into this corner, so I'll make up some positions. I see Mike in front of me, and I know Mike really well, so he's thinking the exact same thing that I am. We're in a bad position, like we need to move up. So my plan right about here was to follow Mike up through the field because I know he's going to try to make a move up there. So yeah, that was a plan, and everybody's got a plan until things happen. So going into this corner here, I was saying that like you see Mike takes this like really wide line, but he liked to do that. So most of the edge of the road is grass. Well, there's one section right there where it's not grass. It's like gravel right on the side. So we'll sort of zoom it back. Well, so there is a crash. Unfortunately, 2 of my teammates go down in that crash. And I think, I'm not exactly sure what happens. You can't really see it up the road, but I think, I think Mike gets pushed a little wide and hits some gravel off the side of the road. Sort of swerves, loses a little control, and then unfortunately ends up coming back into the racing line and taking out our teammate Josh, and he ends up going down pretty hard, ends up breaking his collarbone, so he's out for a few months. But after that, I'm in like no mood to to do much, after seeing a couple of teammates and a couple of guys and like you're friends with and stuff go down. Like you're not really in the mindset to like finish in any sort of sprint or anything like that. So I do end up finishing. Like it's one of those things that I kind of want to turn around and like see how they're doing. But like you've come this far, last lap, that kind of thing. So I end up kind of rolling through in about 30th, and I mean, is what it is. We end up going around, seeing how they're doing, all that. It's a bummer, but it does happen. So thank you for watching. I'll have one more video. We're going to talk about the Cat 3-4 race as well. Not so exciting for me, but I do want to go back and look at that footage because I think it could have done better in that race. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm super excited to start the outdoor season. I mean, like, I like Zwift and all. I like Zwift racing. I think it's fun, but yeah, I mean, racing outdoor is so much better. So I'm super excited to race with some teammates, get outside, and yeah, do some like real life crit racing. So thank you for watching. If you were in the race or in the crash or anything like that, comment below and let us know how you're doing. So we are wishing our teammates the best. Yeah, Josh has got some months of recovery to go, and Mike, has got a bunch of road rash. So hopefully they're doing all right. And thanks for watching. And I will post probably the 3-4 a little later this week.